I'd never seen a second line in New Orleans growing up. And I took the concept of moving and being mobile, not from the New Orleans tradition, but more from a creative impulse that I had from seeing concerts in New York. I thought every concert that I saw in New York left something to be desired on the end of interactivity and on the end of audience engagement. I started to think about what is it that would make these performances more engaging. Then I started to see other things around our touring circuit that made me realize this is just something in live music that I feel like is not really happening at a high level. It's a separation. There's an audience and there's a stage with the band performing and the artist is there and it's separated and you buy a ticket and you come. Sometimes you dance, sometimes you sit, sometimes you clap in between songs, sometimes you just hang out and drink. But there's no real engagement beyond that. Mm-hmm. Then I started to think, well, I don't like that when I go to it. As a musician and as a live performer, I like it when I feel like I'm a part of it, but I've never really felt that except for when I'm playing. And I think that a lot of people like that, whether they know it or not. Mm-hmm. The idea of being mobile came from, well, what is it that we can do to bring this element of community and this folk element to music again? Because I think it changed from the folk element when the American capitalist system came into play and we started to think about how we could commodify music and sell it. So that made everything more separate, more distant. Everyone stopped being around the campfire, mm-hmm. passing around the guitar or passing the violin around in Appalachia, the Africans in the drum circle, mm-hmm. or all of these different traditions of folk music that you think that was the most engaging live performance. So New Orleans is just one example of that folk element in music, that community vibration that you get when you have a guy with an instrument or a band of guys walking around with the people and they're performing and sharing this experience together. And I intuitively was moving towards that, not thinking of New Orleans second line in particular, but more the overarching principle of engagement and live performance being more interactive.
You told me that right now you feel that you want to be making social music. I've read and seen some interviews with you where you talk about it. One of the things that I kind of latched onto was the idea of changing the circumstances in which we hear music, and you've brought it up a little bit as well. As a matter of fact, I heard you say at one point, extreme circumstances. I believe in making music in extreme circumstances. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Extreme meaning to take it from the polished, very accommodating atmosphere of a venue where everything is set up to go and have a very pleasant and exhilarating musical experience, to making it be in life, like the music is in life. We're getting it in life, like you're walking down the street and it's snowing and all of a sudden there's this experience that evolves around you and you get wrapped up in it and you have this experience with music that's in your life that you'll never forget. Mm-hmm. I just love that, because I think that's ultimately how what we do is going to impact people in the most positive way.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what music at its most pure form, before the selling and the genre labeling and all of that stuff, before that came into play, music at its purest form was in life.